And good morning. Happy Monday and happy May 4th, Quattro de Mayo. We're going to talk about area of a sector today. So I'm going to make a really quick video on what that is, and then Dr. Conklin's going to do a couple pages in the packet, which are, if you don't have the packet, you can just draw the circles. It's pretty quick and easy to do. So first of all, what is a sector? So this lesson is finding the area of a sector, but what is a sector? So let's see how we could figure this out. Hey Alexa, what's a sector of a circle?
In geometry, a sector is a plane figure bounded by two radii and the included arc of a circle.
A plane figure bounded by two radii and the included arc of a circle. What? All right, so if you look it up online or in a math book, which we don't have, that's what it would tell you. A plane figure bounded by two radii and the included arc of a circle. I can make that way simpler. A sector is just a piece of pizza versus the entire pizza. So if that was an entire pizza, you would just do pi r squared because it's the area of the circle. But if I was talking about a sector, it's this. It's one slice of pizza, depending on how big the angle is. So it could be a big piece of pizza, it could be a skinny piece of pizza, but it's the area of just that blue piece of pizza. So don't get confused with it being a triangle because that's curved. So it's not a triangle. That's what differentiates a triangle from a sector. A sector has got a curved piece. So it's just like a piece of pie. That is a sector, a section of a circle. So don't get confused by the crazy definition I started with. It's just part of a circle. So if we had a circle like this, which you can go ahead and draw with me, and I wanted you to find the entire area, all of that green stuff, and I told you that the radius was, let's say, 5 centimeters. Area of a circle, we know, or we could certainly look up, is pi r squared. Area equals pi r squared. So we would just say pi radius squared. And that would be 25 pi, which you could leave it like that, or you could multiply it out. Alexa, what's 25 times pi?
25 times pi is 78.539.
Circle. But what if I said, no, I don't want the whole circle. I want just half the circle. Did you ever order a pizza and cut it completely in half and eat half the pizza? So that would be half of that. That's technically just a really big sector. So half of 78.5398. Alexa, what's 1/2 times 78.5398?
0.5 times 78.5398 is 39.2699.
So that would be the area of that giant green sector. But what if we wanted it to be even smaller? What if I said a quarter of it, right? If that's a 90-degree angle, then that's got to be a quarter of a circle. So then you would just say, well, 1/4 of 78.5398. If you were trying to find the area of that sector. Okay, so now what if we got into different angles? What if it was, what if that was 60 degrees? That's not as easy as half a circle or a quarter of a circle, but we do know a whole circle is 360, right? So how about just 60 3/60ths times pi r squared. And if we knew that, you'll have to know the radius, so if that's 5 again, then it would just be 60 over 360 times pi 5 squared. So it's area of a circle times the part of the circle that you're talking about. That's all. So it's the fraction times pi r squared, which is this formula down here. You might want to jot that down. Area of a sector is whatever angle the piece of pizza measures divided by the whole pizza, 360, and you just multiply that by pi r squared. So one more time, and then I'll have Dr. Conklin take it from there on the 2 pages in your packet. So if we had a circle, and we had, let's say, a bigger piece of pizza. Let's say that that was 120 degrees, and we were trying to find the area of that sector. It's not the whole circle. It's 120 to 360. And then if you knew the radius was, let's say, 4 centimeters, you would then say pi r squared. In this case, the radius is 4. So it would be whatever 120 divided by 360 is, which happens to be a third, but you figure out that fraction first. And you just take a third of whatever pi 4 squared is. So I already know 120 over 360 is a third. Alexa, what's 16 times pi?
16 times pi is 50.2655.
And then you would multiply that by 1/3. Alexa, what's 50.2655 times 1/3?
50.2655 times 0.3333 is 16.7552.
And that was how you find the area of a sector. It's not the whole circle, it's 1/3 of that circle, and that's your final answer.
Hi guys, it's Dr. Conklin here. I'm here to do a short video with Lullaby. You guys say hi to Lullaby. Hello everyone. That's Charlie's favorite stuffy. We're going to do page 38 and a little bit of page 39 on area of a sector. So a couple things to review. You already heard Mr. Fields explain it, but area of a sector is really not too much different than what we've already covered. We start with the area of a circle, right? You guys already know this formula. And then what we're going to do is take whatever the angle measure is and put it over 360 because that's the measure of a whole circle. So we're just going to focus on this column today, and I wanted to show you guys, oh no, Lullaby, don't fall, you're okay. I wanted to show you how to use the calculator to do this. Okay, Lullaby over here. All right, so we're going to start by first, when you're asked to find area of a sector, we need to find the angle. So this angle we know is 90. So we're going to start with our formula. Area of a sector is 90 over 360 times pi r squared. Okay, so instead of putting our r in, we're going to stop and put in our 4. Now, there's 2 ways that this is asked frequently. One way is they can ask for it in terms of pi. So in terms of pi means that you are not going to touch this pi. This guy is going to stay right here, and when you do your multiplication, you're going to multiply it like this on your calculator. So again, you could use this a lot of different ways, or you could put this in a lot of ways. I'm going to show you in the graphing calculator. I'm going to go alpha y equals and put in a fraction, 90 over 360. And now I'm not going to put the pi in because I want it in terms of pi. I'm going to do 4. Oh, I should probably put the times in there, guys, sorry. Times 4 squared. Click enter. And when we do that, we get 4, which is great. But what you don't want to forget is to bring your pi back down. So this would be the area of just this sector right here, just this part of the circle, if we had to do it in terms of pi. Now let's say we need it to the nearest tenths place. Now this is going to be a little different, and I'll show you how to do this on the calculator. We're going to start again with our formula. So how many degrees is this sector? 120 out of 360, the whole thing, times pi. Our radius, they told us, was what? Oh, I should do a little a equals. Thanks for reminding me, Lullaby. A equals 6. Okay, so now Lullaby's getting ready. I'm ready, Dr. Conklin. Let's go. So we're going to type in. Let me clear this out just so we can start again. Alpha y equals. I'm going to type in my, sorry, I just want to make sure you guys can see okay. The light is not great in my office sometimes. 120 over 360. Now, because we want it to the nearest tenth, we are going to type in our pi here. So remember, the pi button is over the little caret, times pi times 6 squared. So when you type this all in, you're going to get a decimal that goes on. Remember, the nearest tenth, the tenth is the one right after the decimal, so that 9 is going to push this up so that we have an area of 37.7. Now, the only thing to be careful with these that sometimes can be tricky is if you look on page 39, I started this one out for us, is sometimes they will give us the diameter. So we know we've done a ton of problems like this with area, perimeter, and volume, definitely volume before. So here they actually give us the semicircle. So we know a semicircle is 180. We want to find the area of just half of this, okay? So I started with 180 over 360 times pi. Now the radius here, we just have to remember to cut in half. So this is going to be 10, okay? Now let's do this in terms of pi because I think that is a little bit of a new skill for you guys. So in terms of pi, again, means we're going to only type in the numbers and we're going to leave pi out of it. So I already simplified this. We know a half, so I'm going to put that in as 0.5 because that's easier for me. 0.5 times 10 squared is 50. Oops, sorry, I forgot to fill it in. 10 squared. So that's going to be 50. And then we don't want to forget our good old friend pi. Okay, so we'll have a couple questions embedded for you. Lullaby, tell everyone, have a great day, everyone. Keep up the good work. We miss you. Bye.